Excellency, the Chairperson of the African Union Commission, let me acknowledge our ministers, senior officials from all our COMESA member states, Your Excellency, the Secretary General of COMESA, and indeed your leadership team members, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and I must acknowledge the leaders of business that may be present here with us, ladies and gentlemen, the media, well recognized as well. Distinguished Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to offer my sincere and heartfelt gratitude to the government and the people of Burundi on behalf of all COMESA member states for your warm welcome and hospitality since we arrived in this beautiful city of Bujumbura. I wish to acknowledge Your Excellency President Ndayishimiye, our brother, President of the Republic of Burundi. We are really honored to participate, all of us, to participate in the 23rd COMESA Summit of Heads of State and Government. We appreciate your gesture. We know the challenges that we all face in our countries, but hosting such a summit is some measure of commitment. We appreciate that. Let me also recognize you in your role as Vice Chair of our Bureau, the COMESA Bureau at the moment. You have done an excellent job in that role as well. I must also acknowledge our rapporteur, the President of Egypt, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, for his invaluable support during our term in the chair of COMESA. The theme of our summit has been already well articulated by President Ndayishimiye, so I will not take time on that, but it's indeed an appropriate theme. It is my duty at this stage, dear colleagues, excellencies, heads of state and government, to summarize in some measure the achievements that have been scored during our time in the chair of COMESA. I will start with export growth. COMESA's total exports to the world increased from US $100 billion in 2020 to where we are now with completed statistics at US $219 billion in the year 2023. This is a huge uplift to the level of 210% increment in our collective exports to the rest of the world. I think it's a big achievement. Intra-COMESA exports, which are also extremely important to us. As a group, we must do business with each other. It is inevitable, it's imperative that we do business with each other. And our intra-COMESA exports grew by 40% from $10 billion in 2020 to where we are now, $14 billion. That's a sizable increment. We can do more. We need to do more. As COMESA, we should endeavor to do more business with each other. It's very important. Let me talk about seamless trade and mobility in our region. The ratification and the implementation of the Tripartite Free Trade Area in July 2024 marked a pivotal achievement towards the establishment of a unified continental market, improved customs and trade facilitation. The European Union allocated somewhere in the region of 20 million euros to enhance border post facilities, to streamline import-export processes and upgrade customs systems for greater efficiency within our COMESA region. I shall continue outlining the achievements. Expansion of the Yellow Card Insurance Scheme, which all of you are aware of. The Yellow Card Scheme, providing cross-border motor insurance, generated $17.2 million US in premiums in 2023 and expanded beyond the region. I think this is a very important point that we started this scheme. It's now grown beyond the COMESA member countries. That was our intention, and we are slowly inching in on achieving our intention in this regard. Support for small-scale traders and digital trade initiatives. In particular, support for small-scale cross-border traders, our citizens in our COMESA member states. The World Bank's US $250 million funded project empowered small-scale and women traders in the Great Lakes region, with Burundi among the key beneficiaries. This is making steady progress. Advancing digital trade. We secured $2.5 million to drive the digital trade agenda, enhancing regional trade capacities within ourselves. COMESA's 50 million African women speak. That's the theme. 50 million African women speak. The platform which provided women entrepreneurs with access to digital resources, promoting social integration and economic development. Very important initiative. Women take care of our homes most of the times. They raise our children most of the times. They are very important members of our COMESA region. Energy access and infrastructure development. Accelerating energy access is a very, very important obligation in our COMESA region. Through the World Bank's Ascent program, US $15 billion has been mobilized to expand electricity access to over 100 million people in Eastern and Southern Africa over the next 7 years. This is extremely important, Your Excellencies, that energy, electricity provision is accelerated. There is a very close correlation between access to electricity by our people, our businesses, and the pace at which we develop. The studies have shown that. So it's very important that we push this project as fast as possible so that our people, our population can access electricity, can be interconnected, can access clean drinking water, indeed can irrigate in our agriculture sector. Our theme is talking about partially agriculture. It's very important that we irrigate given the challenges of climate change which we're experiencing in today's world. So this is a very, very important project. So significant progress has been made on the Zambia-Tanzania-Kenya power interconnector. We are all aware that in Southern Africa we have a relative interconnection, what we call the Southern African Power Pool. But it's important to connect the Southern African Power Pool to the East African Power Pool, and therefore the Zambia-Tanzania-Kenya interconnector is a very, very important project in this regard. Tanzanian site is under construction. Congratulations to Kenya, who have completed their part of that interconnector. And Zambia is working very hard, lagging behind for heritage, or if you like, legal issues, but we're working very hard to accelerate that part of the project between Zambia and Tanzania, and then Tanzania and Kenya. So once more, congratulations to Kenya for progressing that part of the project. It is important that I talked about climate change, Your Excellencies, that the interconnectors are concluded or completed. As you can see, last year, the Southern African region had the worst drought in living memory. And for us as a country, Zambia, who depended largely on hydropower, our power generating capacity was hugely impaired. And we've learned the lessons that we may be sufficient in one form of energy. We do need to diversify because the risks remain high because of climate change. But in another year, Southern Africa will have more rain, will have more water, and East Africa may have less rain, less water, and they will need power from the southern part, as southern part may need power from East and indeed Central Africa. It's a very, very important issue that certain projects like these are given priority within ourselves, within what we do. Energy drives our economies. Energy sustains ordinary day lives for our people. Agriculture and food security. And here, I want to emphasize the issue around strengthening agriculture systems. The COMESA EAC Horticulture Accelerator Program secured $5 billion to double the horticulture sector's value from $4 billion to $8 billion within a 5-year period. This indeed is a very important target, and it does mean a lot to food security in our countries, in our region, on the African continent, and also to contribute to the global food basket. Very important. Addressing food security challenges is very, very key. We must continue transforming agri-food systems to become more resilient. Colleagues, I talked about climate change already, to be inclusive and to be sustainable, so we can facilitate, we can promote the continuation of production systems, and more importantly, producing efficiently. One particular issue that stands out, one or two issues that stand out here, is the issues that we must focus on aspects of productivity. In most of our countries, I repeat, our farmers produce food or industrial agricultural products at very low levels of productivity. We need to invest in research and development. We need to invest in technology and, of course, to learn from others, other regions, so we can import where necessary the technology and the research results that will enable us to help our farmers increase their productivity, to help our farmers and ourselves, in essence, to be more efficient and to be able to value add the raw products, to be able to trade in these products from surplus areas into deficit areas. Extremely important. Regional peace and stability, and I want to focus on progress in regional stability. My colleague, our host, has already spoken about this, touched on it. Stability is crucial. Peace, security, stability is crucial for our economic development agenda, for our COMESA agenda. Extremely important. We've seen the damage that instability does to our normal lives, to business, to our economies, and to opportunities for our young population in terms of jobs or indeed business opportunities. Peace, once lost, is difficult to recover. So COMESA must continue, we must continue paying attention to the situations afflicting us in our individual countries and within the group. I must say, peaceful elections were held in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in the Union of the Comoros, in Egypt, in Madagascar, in Rwanda, and indeed Zimbabwe. We extend our congratulations to these countries for their democratic and remarkable achievement by hosting or holding elections and ensuring smooth transition from one leadership or management to another. Economic challenges and prospects, particularly the impact of global financial conditions. Due to global financial tightening and rising debt servicing costs, obligations, regional GDP growth slightly